Hi, in this video you're going to see ways to install a non-return valve in your Sandspear, and going to learn my favourite position, the way that I think that it's easiest and best and allows maintenance in the future. Here we have a non-return valve. Now, whenever installing a non-return valve, you've got to make sure that that's what it's called, as a non-return valve, and you've got to make sure that it is actually put in the right direction. As you can see here, I'm pushing it down. All right, the other way it doesn't move. So this will allow water to come in. This way will stop it. And we have a non-return valve is to make sure that your pump is primed continuously, so it makes it a more efficient system and the pump works and you're getting the maximum water out of your bore. A lot of people like to connect the Sandspear like this. Here's the non-return valve. As you can see, it's allowing the water to go down, so that's the wrong way. What we need to do is make sure that it is connected, that we want the water to stay on the top. So by putting it this way, all right, you have to be able to pull it up. So the water above will stay in the pump. Now this is connected directly to the top of the Sandspear, as you can also see in that picture up there. Oh, up there. You'll see here and in the picture that this non-return valve is connected directly to the top of the Sandspear. You can see that I can't push the valve down. I have to be able to pull it, so that this allows the water to be staying up and the pump fully primed. That's one method there, which is directly. This is also connected directly, but the difference with this one is that it's a lot smaller. So this one's like an inch. As you can see, I can't push it down, all right? I've got to be able to pull it up. So this will allow the pump again. Now this is a 1-inch non-return valve and it's just a reducer, and this one's the same size. So if you're having a 2-inch riser, then a 2-inch, and if you're only going to have like a 1-inch riser to the surface, then you can go in that direction. The problem that I find with this method is that once you've installed your Sandspear and you connect your non-return valve directly to the spear, it's buried in the sand. Now some people have to install these between 2.5 and 6 to 8 meters deep to get an efficient Sandspear, to get the right amount of water out of the bore. If there is a leak in this non-return valve, now there's always going to be some fine sands around, so there's a good chance that in the future it may weep or leak and you need to clean it or replace it, one or the other, and it's just a bit of grit sitting there. But now if you use this method, you have to completely pull out the whole system, then reinstall it, and that's what I don't like about this system. It does work, but for the easiest of maintenance and in the future, I believe this is a harder method. And what I'll do is I'll show you now what I believe is the better system. Now, here you have a standard Sandspear. Now this is going to be installed in the ground. Now using one of the 3 methods, the washing method, the jetting method, or the drive-in method. And you now have, this is the 2-inch, as you can see, the thread. Now you're going to have what I call your rising main connected, or you can call, right, or the casing, and that's connected either by a thread, glue joint, fitting, whatever, and that goes to the surface. Now this will now come out of the ground and you'll have this 2-inch opening. Doesn't matter what depth it is. So what I like to see is that we have a non-return valve here. What I like to see here is this is the PVC casing. It's coming out of the ground. That might be the ground surface. So you'll cut this, to a couple inches above the ground. And then what we have, as you can see here, is we have a non-return valve with a barb, and that barb goes on to either some flexible poly, and here you'll see here which is connected to the pump. Now this is a dad pump. It's a poly body and it's self-priming. The poly of it will make it last longer, especially a lot of times this is on the outside. So your rising main, or that poly, your suction line is then connected to the inlet of your pump. This way you never have to pull up your Sandspear again. If this valve starts leaking, all you have to do is just pull up the poly line, pull it apart, clean it, put it back down, and away you go. To me, this is the simplest way, it's the easiest way, and it's the best way to have maintenance in the future, to keep your pump primed and running more efficiently, making it easier for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you. Here are a couple of things I'd like you to remember. When purchasing or installing your Sandspear, make sure it suits the purpose. Decide on the drilling method. Your screen to match the gravel. Need to check on your council regulations. Choose your best position and decide on what amount of water will be needed if possible. And try to avoid mud, soil, driving of the PVC screens, going deeper than 3 meters, air leaks via suction, and screen above the aquifer. Thank you for taking the time to look at the information we've created for you. We hope this will be of assistance and a benefit to you with your installation of your Sandspear system. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact us. Here are just some of the components that we can supply you when you have your Sandspear installation. We wish you luck with your Sandspear installation. May you have boundless quantities of good fresh water. Please contact us on any of these methods here on this screen. We look forward to helping you. Thank you very much.